multiple thermal imaging cameras, and a state-of-the-art automated defense system. 6 days later, the heat wave struck. My external sensors registered a blistering 119 degrees Fahrenheit. And I knew this was just the beginning. The municipal power grid collapsed within 4 hours of the initial spike. The city fell into a suffocating silence. Water systems rely on electricity. When the pumping stations ground to a halt and the last drops trickled out of the taps, raw panic tore through the streets. I unlocked my phone, watching the desperate cries for help online and tracking real-time aerial footage from my drone. The once bustling streets were completely abandoned. The asphalt was melting, bubbling up and releasing a pungent chemical stench. As my drone hovered over my old apartment building, I spotted 3 familiar faces through the window. "It's too hot. Why isn't the AC working? I'm going to die." My brother's whining voice filtered through the audio receiver. Watching the 3 of them drenched in sweat, I reached into my mini fridge, grabbed a cold can of soda, and took a long, refreshing drink. The icy liquid slid down my throat, sending a pleasant shiver through my body. It actually felt a little chilly, so I adjusted my thermostat to a comfortable 78 degrees. By the 3rd day, the temperature outside hovered near 140 degrees. Reports of heat stroke deaths were skyrocketing, and vicious fights over bottled water were breaking out on every corner. Unbothered, I pumped filtered water from my well and gently misted the green sprouts pushing through the indoor soil. But as I stood enjoying the quiet, my security console flashed a bright red warning, biosignature approaching. Through the high-definition security monitors, I watched 2 men carrying heavy fire axes kick through my outer factory gate. "The air is cooler in here. There's definitely food inside." On screen, their faces were twisted with heat exhaustion and manic desperation. I recognized them instantly. In my past life, these same 2 men had looted a local convenience store during the initial blackout, attacking the elderly shopkeepers fatally for a single case of bottled water. They began hacking at my security doors, cursing and screaming. Their violence only made my decision easier. Since I had spent millions on an automated defense grid, I figured this was the perfect opportunity to test it. I moved my finger across the console and tapped the purge command. A silent laser swept across the hallway. The 2 intruders collapsed instantly, fluids pooling on the concrete. Within seconds, automated cleaning arms emerged from the wall, dragging the bodies toward the incinerator chute. I launched my drone to scan the factory perimeter. The location was remote enough that no one else seemed to be nearby. But as the drone returned toward the main hangar, 3 figures caught my eye. "Mom, Dad, this is where Sylvia is hiding. That selfish woman is in there enjoying the AC while we're out here dying." I had fully expected Gavin to drag our parents to my door eventually. But what I did not expect was the sudden alert on my monitor. "Main door unlocked." The sound of my security system disengaging made my blood run cold. How was that possible? The security architecture was my own design, featuring physical and digital barriers. Without my master biometric override, opening the door from the outside should have been impossible. I pulled up the lock diagnostics.